Hey, what up, everybody? This morning, as I was making my video about the releases of Gail Kim, Vladimir Kozlov, and Melina, and more names came out, D.H. Smith and Chris Masters. Honestly, I don't think anybody cares about D.H. Smith. I think his best days are behind him in the Hart Dynasty. But Chris Masters is the guy that I really care about. I mean, when they brought him up in the years of '05 and '06 on Raw, it was like a classic '80s style push where Chris Masters would get people to sit down in the master lock, and he locked the master lock in, had the master lock challenge. He actually would gimmickly say that he was going to put $1,000 of his own money on the line, and everybody was all start flaunting around. And he went through all the jobbers of Raw and even used some plants from the crowd until the point that he actually got Shawn Michaels to actually do one on Monday Night Raw, and it was pretty cool to see Michaels kicking around. He actually used the ropes and put his feet up on him and was kicking his way off, trying to get off, but he actually did tap out to the Master Lock, which brought on the pay-per-view match that Masters had against Michaels, which was a fun match. It wasn't good, it wasn't great. I think everybody will remember Masters more for his physique, how he came in to WWE looking just huge, all muscled up, jacked, and basically left looking like Screech Powers from Saved by the Bell. But that was back in the day when WB honestly cared about the wellness policy. I mean, recently we've had Sin Cara released, not released, but Sin Cara suspended for the wellness policy. But that's the first suspension they've had in a long, long time. And I honestly don't think that's the first time anybody's used steroids or any kind of drugs in WWE. I think that it's become some sort of a joke that they don't really care about anymore. Especially with the rumors that Lex Luger has taken over the wellness, taking care of the wellness policy. I don't know if that was Kevin Nash's joke or if that's real news, but that was the last I heard of it. But Chris Masters was a guy that they actually built up to be a main eventer for Monday Night Raw and for the WWE, and especially for the future. That's the thing they haven't really done in the WWE in a long, long time. They were building up him. They were building up Carlito. Right along that time, Edge solidified himself as a main eventer, winning his first world championship. And I mean, right now we've got people like John Cena. We got people like Randy Orton. CM Punk is finally worked his way up there. We got a guy like The Miz who was a main eventer. Now he's they're trying to figure out where he's going to be. They don't really have a lot of guys. I mean, Rey Mysterio kicks up there every summer it seems like, and finds his way in the main event slot. But they haven't really done a good job of building main eventers, and that's what they did with Chris Masters. They got him and Carlito. They were the final three in the Elimination Chamber at New Year's Revolution, whatever it was, that pay-per-view that was awesome in Puerto Rico, where Edge came in and surprised John Cena after he won it and then won his first title. But I mean, Masters, his first run was great. He left because of the wellness policy. It was his second his second offense on there, and he got the big suspension. So they decided to release him. He was gone, and he worked the independent circuit. He found his way back. It was reported that he had friends within the company like Randy Orton that wanted him to come back. But I mean, once he actually came back to SmackDown, it wasn't actually like he mattered. It wasn't the '05, '06 push that he'd had before. But they sort of have what could have been with Chris Masters. I mean, he went from being right on the verge of being a main eventer, wrestling at WrestleMania 22 in the tag match with him and Carlito, who were supposed to be like the future of the WWE, coming up against Big Show and Kane. For some reason, I don't know why they lost that match, but I think if you point to some date on the calendar, I think that's the day that Chris Masters' push just big time came to an abrupt stop. But like I was saying, when he came back to SmackDown, if you're a new fan, that was not the Chris Masters of before. I mean, it's the same guy, same character, but he did not have the same meaning or the same effect. I mean, this is the guy that we just saw challenge for the internet title of Zack Ryder's on Zack Ryder's show yesterday, and then he actually went to the point of saying that he was the king of the internet. He has how he's defeating people like crazy on Superstars, which I guess my favorite wrestler Jack Swagger has become the new guy of Superstars now. To make a joke for myself, but if you haven't seen the old stuff of Masters, that stuff is the best, and I mean, they should go back and they should review the tapes to see how they brought along main eventers like that, because that's what we need more of today. We need more guys that we actually care about, and not more new guys that end up having a big splash when they get there in 2 months from now, or just laying down to put over guys on Monday Night Raw.